Okay, so today our discussion is going to be centered on ratio test. Don't forget to like the video, and then also if you have any problem, you can put it in the comment section too as well. We are willing to address any problem, and we are willing to help, and we are ready to learn to us if you have any problem. Now, let's talk about the ratio test today. Okay, so ratio test is a situation whereby we have what a certain parameters called what L, right? So let's say we have L, we have a summation of what a n, right? Which is starting from a certain number. Let's say 1 to infinity. Okay. So now we are going to determine the value of L, right? And when we determine the value of L, and then we realize that what L is less than or equal to is, so we are going to determine the value of what L, right? And then when we realize that what L is less than what 1, then the series what converges. It converges. But if L is greater than 1, then we say the series what diverges, right? Diverges. Or in other words, we can say this what absolutely what convergent. And if it is absolutely convergent, converges to as well. Okay. So and then when L is greater than 1, we say what it diverges. But if L is equal to 1, then we are saying that this is termed as what inconclusive. In other words, we don't know as to whether it converges or diverges, right? So we have to use another test to do our analysis. Okay. So let's do this together. So the value of L, right, is equal to what? The limit as n approaches what? Infinity of an plus 1 all divided by what? An. Okay. And what we are saying is that what? If you want to find an plus 1, an is the actual function, right? All what you need to do is that anytime you see the value of n, right, you put in n plus 1. And that will give us the value of what? An plus 1. Okay. So let's proceed and take an example of what we are talking about. Now let's say we have what? The summation of n is equal to what? 1 to where? To infinity of minus 10 all exponent 1 n divided by 4 exponent 2n plus 1, okay? All multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, so this is what we have. This is actually what an. So in other words, I can say an is equal to minus 10. I'm just rewriting it again. Divided by exponent n divided by 4 exponent 2n plus 1 of n plus 1. Okay, this is an. If you want to look for an plus 1, then it means wherever you see n, right, we are going to put in what? N plus 1. So here this is 4, 2n plus 1 plus 1. Okay, multiplied by n plus 1 plus 1. Okay, so it means that our an plus 1 will be equal to, I want to simplify it again. That will give us minus 10 exponent what? N plus 1 all divided by what? 4 exponent 1. So multiply to expand it. That will give us 2n plus. So 2 times 1 will give us 2 plus 1. That will give us what? 3. Okay. All multiplied by what? N plus 1. 1 plus 1. That will give us what? 2. So this is actually the value of what? an plus 1. Okay. Now let's proceed to determine the value of what? L. Okay. We know that the value of L is actually equal to the limit as n approaches what? Infinity. Absolute value, more important. Absolute value of what? An plus 1 divided by what? An. Okay. Now let's determine it. Okay. So here we can see L is equal to lim as n approaches what? Infinity of an. We know an, right? An is the actual function. Let's go and look for it, which is this one. So an plus 1 first. So that's minus 10 all exponent n plus 1. This one divided by 4 exponent 2n plus 3 or bracket n plus 1 2 times, you can just reciprocate it of what we have here. That's dividing, so we are just reciprocating it. And that will give us 4 exponent what? 2n, 4 exponent 2n plus 1, right? Bracket n plus 1 all divided by what? Minus 10 all exponent 1 n. Absolute form of it. Okay. So let's proceed with this idea. Okay. Now what we are going to do is to expand it and see what will happen. Lim as n approaches what? Infinity of the function. Now if you have, let's say, s exponent what n plus 1, this can be written as s exponent n times 1 x, right, according to indices. So basically I'm going to expand what I have here. So this is the same as minus 10 exponent what n, right, multiplied by minus 10 exponent what 1, okay, all divided by, right, this one can also be done the same way. That will give us 4 exponent 2n times 4 exponent 1 3, all multiplied by n plus 1 2. This will multiply, so we reciprocate what we have here. That will give us minus 10 exponent what n divided by what. This one can also be written the same way, and that will give us 4 exponent 2n times what 4 exponent 1, all multiplied by the bracket n plus 1. Oh, sorry, I'm just rewriting what I have there. So this can be the same as what times what we have here, right? We can rewrite it the same as what we did. So this one will be 4 exponent 2n times 4 exponent what 1, right? Bracket n plus 1, all divided by minus 10 exponent what n, right? So at this point you realize that what? Let me go down to L will now be equal to lim as n approaches what? Infinity. This is very important. This will cancel this, right? Right? And then don't forget this one will also cancel this. This one will take care of what? This one by one. And that will give us what? To have a result of what? Minus 10, right? Minus 10. This one will go here by 4 squared divided by 4 squared. At the top we have n plus 1. At the down we have what? N plus 2, right? This is what we have. So if that is the case, then we can say L is equal to, let's take the absolute form of this and bring this one at the back. So we can say this is the same. Absolute form means that we are going to get a positive number. That will give us 10 on 1. 4 squared, that's 16. Limit as n approaches what? Infinity of n plus 1 all on 1. N plus 2. In fact, I'm not bringing the absolute value again. I've taken it already. Of, there we have it. Now, if you put in the limit infinity, you're going to get infinity over infinity, right? So what you do is that anytime you get something like that, you move on to use what? The L'Hopital's, right? You see that you can differentiate the top and the down, or you can divide here by the highest power of what? N here, right? So here of the denominator, that will give us what? N over n plus 1 over what? N, all divided by what? N over n plus 1, 2 over 1 over n. And that will give us 1 plus 1 over n, all divided by 1 plus what? 1 over n. So let's proceed with that. So we can say L is equal to 10 on 1, 16, right? Limit as n approaches 1 infinity. Oh, I'm just putting in the limit, so I'm not writing off. So here I have 1 plus 1 over infinity, that will give us 1, 0. And then here plus 1 over infinity, that will also give us 1, 0. So L will be equal to 10 on 1, 16. Okay. And then 10 on 16 is actually less than 1. So we can see the series is what? Absolutely what? Convergent. Okay. Convergent. Hence, convergence. Convergence. Okay. So thank you very much. We are going to move on to our next question. Let's take the next question. Okay. Let's take the next question. So you can move back and take your time to do it yourself. Practice more and then it becomes more easier for you. So question 2. So let's say we have the summation of n is equal to 0 to infinity of n factorial over 5. Okay, this is what we have. Now let me give you a clue. Okay, anytime you see factorial, look at the ratio test. It's very, very important. Okay, now this is an, right? So we have an to be equal to n factorial over what? 5. Okay, so if you are looking for an plus 1, this is the same as 1. N plus 1, wherever you see n, you put in n plus 1, all factorial divided by 1, 5, right? Okay, so we are looking for L, right? L is equal to lim as n approaches infinity of an plus 1, which is what? N plus 1 all factorial divided by 5 multiplied by, so we are reciprocating this, that will give us 5 on n factorial, right? Absolutely. So we can say L is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity. Don't forget this will take care of this, and that will give us a resulting value of what? N plus 1 or what? Factorial divided by what? N factorial. Okay. We've been told that anytime you have, let's say, 6 factorial, it's the same as 6 times what? 5 factorial, right? Or in other words, you can see the same as 6 plus 5, then you can move and say 4 factorial, like that gradually. So what we are doing is that we are taking one from the first one, okay? So we can conclude that the next one we can take the factorial. In other words, if you have, let's say, n plus 2, right, or factorial, you can write it as n plus 2, the number is safe, right? Plus, we subtracting 1 from the, that will give us what? N plus 1 or factorial. If you subtract again, that will give us n factorial. So you want to do something like that here. So we can see L is equal to the limit as n approaches infinity of. So this is n plus 1 will give us what? N plus 1 multiplied by what? N. We subtracted 1 from it. Factorial. Or divided by what? N factorial. Okay. Now this one will take care of this. Okay. So here we can say L is equal to the limit as n approaches what? Infinity. Since this one is taking care of this, we have the absolute value will give us what? Let's say. So let me just put in the limit. N plus 1. Okay. So if we put in the limit, we are going to get L is equal to infinity plus 1, and that will give us a resulting value of what? Infinity. Okay. And then don't forget, okay, that if L is greater than 1, then the series one diverges. And then we can see clear that infinity is greater than 1. So therefore we can see that what? AN what? Diverges. Or the actual one series one diverges. And that is the end of the rule for the ratio test.